Today we'll be focused on describing those statistical distributions using central tendency. Let's go ahead and get started. So what do I mean measures a central tendency and how that describes a statistical distribution? And really what these are is we are looking at the middle value to describe this statistical distribution. There's a couple of ways that you can do this. The first one is the mean. You're probably used to hearing either the mean or an average. And this is just a single number which represents the center point of the data. And then we also have what we call the median. And this is again a single number which represents the middle point of the data, which means that the data has equal number of values above it and below. So now that you've been introduced to measures of central tendency and the two that we're going to focus on, which are mean and median, how do we actually calculate these? Let's go ahead and get started on the first one, the mean or average. How do we calculate the mean and what does that actually do for us? So in order to calculate the mean, what you do is you take all of the numbers in your data set, add them up, and divide them by however many numbers you have in there. So here we'll see we have 11 people on the team. This data set actually came from the Minnesota Lynx WNBA team. This is the actual height of all of the players on their team currently. They have 11 players on their team, and these are their heights. So what we do is we add up all of the heights in inches. So 72 inches, it's about 6 feet. You add that with 74, 76, and so on down the line, all the way till you get to number 11 with 70 inches. And then what you do is you divide that by 11, and that gives you the average height on the team. So I went ahead and did that. And if you add all these numbers up, you get 764 inches. And then now you divide that by the number of people on the team, which is 11. And this is going to give you a value of 72.18 inches. So this means that the average player on the Minnesota Lynx is 72.18 inches tall, which is about 6 feet point 1 8 tall. And so when we're using this information, what we can do is we can compare two teams. We can compare the Minnesota Lynx to the Phoenix Mercury to find out which team on average is taller. And that is what this measure of central tendency or average gives us. So the other option that we talked about to measure central tendency is the median. And so the median is defined as a single number which represents the middle point in the data. So all you have to do for this one is find the middlemost point in your data set. So what I actually did is I ordered these from shortest person on the team, player 7, to tallest person on the team, which was player 4. And so what we do here is you want to find the number in the, or you want to find the point in the middle of this data set. So one way you can do that is you can just sit through and start checking off each side one at a time until you get to the middle person. Since we have an odd number of players, this actually makes it very easy because we have one person, one data point in the middle, which is 72 inches. If you have, if you do this method and you cut through the numbers and you're left with two numbers, what you actually do is you take the average of this. So let's say we had 12 people on the team and you were left with 72 and 73 as your two middle points. So what you end up doing is you just take the average of that, which would be 72.5, and you would call that your median. In our case, though, we won't do that. We decided to have an odd number, and that gives us a single point in the middle of 72 inches. And if you'll remember from our last example, the mean actually came out to about 72.18 inches. And we found that the median is roughly the same. Again, we can use this number of median, this median value, to compare two teams. And when we compare those two teams, we can determine who is taller or shorter based on their median value. All right, thank you so much for watching. This has been Measures of Central Tendency, which is part of the Introduction to Statistics series. For some more learning resources and practice problems, please visit our website here. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. And until next time,